Season 3 of Jason's new gold mine starts right now. Yeah, man. Shot successful. But yeah, that sounded good. That sounded good. It's a little bit hard to explain the unique environment it is working underground. Dark, you get a little spotlight for your headlamp. It's hard to get your bearings sometimes. It's really hard to tell direction. It's cold. It's wet in our mine. Yeah, still raining hard. Water's running, cloudy as can be. And it's just a whole lot of work. Not happening right now. Whether you're mucking, whether you're drilling, whether you're blasting, everything is heavy. Oh. Everything is work. Looks like somebody broke in too. I've got some work to do. And in our mine, we're doing everything by hand. It's just the fun has really gone out of it now. Doesn't get much better than this. You guys are all set to drill this thing?
Yeah, let's get it.
Oh, you get it? Yeah, I did. Gold all over that face and pretty big pieces. This is a year's worth of mining in this little cup right here. We got a big gold button. So for everybody at home, that's probably about $10,000 worth of gold.
Just like you dreamed.
Well, I've been dreaming of this for 20 years. That is the first ever Mount Baker Mining and Metals gold coin.
Last year, we rehabbed the entire workings of a 125-year-old gold mine, and this year, we're gonna get some gold out. We're gonna do some drilling, blasting, mucking. We're gonna find a lot of gold. There's gonna be some new faces. We've got a lot to do this year, and I am super excited to get started.
That's always fun. It is the first day that we're up here at the mine, and we're gonna do a little bit of history and archaeology today. Right behind me on the hillside, there's an excavator that I've hired to punch in a road on an old trail that used to go to the old assay office. And the excavator, I don't know if you can see his boom, is right over there, and there's a flat trail that goes all the way across through those trees over that little cliff face right there. After we get that job done, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we're gonna go up to the mine and we're gonna start reopening the mine. I'm excited to see what we're gonna find. We have a bunch of these big rocks. So these guys up here standing that he can move, he can't pick them up, but he can scoot them off the trail, and there's a big one sitting in the shadow right there. But it's just a beautiful day to be in the mountains. Marv's working his way across. We've got this really cool little steam donkey winch here we found in the brush. We're gonna try and pick it out of here and save it from getting rusted away. Oh, there's another big gear down there in the brush. Trying to save history here. Oh, we got a tiger by the tail now. We got the big gear in the drum, and one of the gears looks like it broke off. I don't know if these are big steam tanks or something. We'll have to figure out air lines to them. We'll have to figure out what this is once we get it out. There's probably more stuff laying in the brush here. It's a treasure hunt. There's a lot of it right there. Oh yeah, that's coming. Oh, just like we planned it.
That's the motor itself.
Cool.
The two-piston motor.
There's everything we could salvage. We'll get that in the truck tomorrow. It's the next morning. We're gonna go check on Marv and see what kind of progress he's made. Beautiful little road he's made here. He's just scratching his way in right now. We'll get some improvements and gravel on it later. This is just kind of proof of concept. But right here in this little hump is where the old assay office was, and an office building was here. And if you continue down the trail, Marv's, I think he's about 100 feet away out in that talus slope. But right on the other side, all that tag alder is where they had the hoist house. So we're getting close. But as we're going out this trail, and Marv's widening it, we're finding all sorts of stuff. Old pipe. There's some sort of screen. They were screening gravel or ore from the mine. I'm not sure what that's from. Right here he's working his way through the old mine dump. Actually, the mine is up the hill here, so all this talus is from the mine, and this big cable comes down across the road and goes down into those trees. And the old mill was down here under these trees. It's since been taken out by the snow, but this was the old aerial tram cable that ran all the way up to the mine portal and straight down the hill to the mill.
So Marv was doing some excavating there past the talus pile. I found this old steel, but what's cool is the ears on it. That's like way different than what we're used to.
That's super old school. That's the old where they had the leg that would wedge between the back and the floor. Yeah, the old crank method.
Yeah, that's,
look at that.
That's old school.
I wonder if they even ran water down. Yeah, there's a hole for water, I think.
Well, at least they weren't living that terribly then. Yeah, there's a hole in it.
Yep. That's a big star bit. What's that, 1 3/4?
Yeah.
I am on the flat spot. We got a little bit of a gully right in between us that I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to make it over this trip. We're gonna need a couple of big old rocks to shove in that gully so we can build kind of a road across it, but we're gonna see what happens. But finding more history. That says Brooksfield on it. I'm not an insulator guy or a glass guy, but this mine was from 1900 to about 1925. So hopefully, if you know anything about this, leave a comment below. Let us know what's going on here. I'm looking down the valley. The views never get old. There's more cable. Wrestling with cable from the tramway. And then there's, we found that cool thing. Tramway, that's where the 2 wheels ran in the tramway, and then the bucket hung down off of there. Well, we made the executive decision to pause this project until next year. We just have run out of time. I'll show you where we got to. There's Marv, he's walking his way out. Harry's back there. But we got our road down here, and there's a rock face here on the right, and it's just pretty much a sheer drop off there. And we were talking about bringing in some big rocks and stacking and building out a little terrace so we could build a road across there. The flat spot is right there, right where that brush is. But he just couldn't get enough material. It just kept going and going and going. So what we decided was, this is his last day at the mine. We're gonna send him up top and do a little bit of work on the blacksmith shop portal and see if we can get that improved. So maybe we don't need a deck or help our deck situation up there. So let's head up to the blacksmith shop portal, see what it looks like, and we'll get Marv lined out on what to do up there. Walking up to the blacksmith shop for the first look of the season. I see some timbers. Our ladder looks like it's mostly still there. Let's see if anybody broke in this year. Well, it got squashed again, as expected. But the lock is still on the gate, and nobody ripped down the other portal. We didn't get broken into this year, which is awesome. We have some fixing to do here. Right, Harry?
Yeah, we'll get it done.
We'll get it done. It makes me happy though that no one broke in and vandalized the place. So now we got our work cut out for us. We got all the wood cleared out, stacked. Marv's coming up the hill. We're gonna try something this year. We're gonna try and have him rip all of this rock out of here and put it down in this hole. The idea being is if we can get it all ripped out and get some material in here, maybe we can back the truck right up under the portal. We'll see what Marv can do here. Cross your fingers for us that we can get something going where we can get a truck closer. Man, that stuff is hard.
I see it moving.
Is it moving?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Don't lose that one.
Save it. If you can. End up on a road down below.
Yeah, I think I know where it's gonna end up.
Wow, look at that. He's just ripping it now.
Well, at least you know that was structural.
That's true. We've made some really good progress. We got one little hump here that's causing us fits. But if we can get that out of there, then I think we got a winner. Turn his bucket around, he's gonna pry that thing out of there. Hey, look at that! No problem. Excavator just left. We've got a really nice setup here. You can walk out the portal. We're gonna build a mini deck, if you will, right out of here. We'll be able to back the truck right up underneath the deck. We'll be able to offload and unload stuff right at the portal. None of this turning sideways and having all this stuff in the way, and you can only be able to back the truck up to here, and oh, this is gonna be great. So next step is the deck and getting the mine open. I am so excited for season 3. We have a much larger crew this year. We have really ambitious goals, and we are going to make a bunch of gold and break a bunch of rock this year. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.